The biggest reason you can't scale your business to $10,000 a month is not because you have a business problem, but because you have a mind problem. Hear me out. What if I told you that it's not because you don't know what to do, or you don't have enough leads, or your skill's not good enough, but it's because you don't want to do these things. By the way, my name is Nemanja. I've scaled 2 content agencies to 6 figures, built a personal brand of over 50,000 followers, and I managed to do all this while still living my life and doing a lot of side quests. And in this video, I'm gonna show you how you are stopping yourself from scaling your business and give you a simple exercise that's gonna help you to fix that problem. So let's get into it. 2 years ago, I was in a coaching program where I met a bunch of people who were doing a lot better than me. At the time, I only had 1 client in my agency and I wanted to scale further, but I just wasn't able to figure out how. I thought that the offer I was selling at the time was too saturated. It's too old, everyone's already doing it, so it's too saturated and it's impossible to sell. So after a bunch of consideration, thinking, researching, talking to other people, I came up with a brand new offer. A brand new offer that nearly no one was selling at the time. Now, as soon as I came up with this brand new offer and I told my friends about it, all the friends from this community encouraged me, told me that the offer is great, and encouraged me to go and try selling it ASAP as soon as I possibly can to test it out and see if people will want it. So what do you think? Did I do it? Hell nah. Smarter than that. I'm not gonna go and try selling it immediately. Instead of doing that, I spent nearly an entire month of preparing for the offer. So I spent an entire month thinking about it, preparing the entire delivery process, finding the people who are gonna help me with the delivery, thinking about every single possible outcome when I start selling it, writing a bunch of details about my offer in a Google Doc, creating new ads, and doing every single thing except for going on and actually selling the offer. Right when I was about to actually go on and launch that brand new offer, one of my friends told me that there was a guy in another community who basically came up with exactly the same offer as me. And instead of spending nearly an entire month in preparation for selling it, he just started selling it immediately. And the way that he started selling it is because he was in a community with other people. Basically, what he just did is he just reached out to a bunch of people from his community and asked them if they liked the offer. And what happened is he just sold his offer to nearly everyone from the community he was in. Made a bunch of money, sell it to a bunch of people, and already made a bunch of money before I even started testing my offer out. He was in the exact same position as me, with exactly the same circumstances. He was in the community with other people. He came up with a new offer that nearly no one was doing. The only difference was that I spent a month preparing to sell it and thinking about it, and he just went on and did it and sold it to a bunch of people. That's one of the first times that I looked at my life from a third-person perspective and realized where did I go wrong. My main problem wasn't that my offer was not good enough or my skills were not good enough or I didn't have enough leads. It was that I was only thinking about doing it while not actually doing anything important. And that taught me a lesson. After a couple of months of trying to sell this offer, not being so successful at it, spending a bunch of money on ads, having a bunch of stress, and not going so well, I came up with a new offer. For that new offer, it took me 2 days to come up with that new offer, and as soon as I came up with it, I started selling it without having a perfect process planned out, without having nearly anything planned out. I just went on and started doing the thing that's required to test out my new offer. As soon as I started trying to sell it and to do the things that are required, within the first couple of weeks, I sold the deal for $6,000 for my new offer. Now, 2 years later, only in the last month, I had over 20 meetings with people who are trying to scale their content agencies to $10,000 a month. And one of the biggest problems that I had majority of them here was that exact thing. Getting into that analysis paralysis and thinking about scaling their business instead of actually doing what's required to go on and scale their business. To prove that you are facing exactly the same problem, let's do a simple exercise. So grab a pen and paper and divide your paper like this in the middle. Then on the left side of the paper, write down what is your goal. How much money do you want to make in your business per month? Then below that, depending on what's your current offer, how much do you charge right now, write down how many clients would you need in order to hit that number. So for example, let's say if you want to make $10,000 a month and you're currently charging $2,500 per month per client, you would need 4 clients in order to hit that number. Then on the right side, write down how many people you've talked to in the last month and tried to sell them your offer, and how many pieces of content have you posted in the last month. Now, once you do these things, look at this paper and ask yourself, do you actually truly believe that with your current efforts, it is inevitable that you actually achieve your goal? Without even looking at your paper, without even seeing it, I can guarantee that the answer to that is no. Because if the actions that you're currently taking would make it unreasonable for you to not achieve your goal right now, you would have already achieved it. So how do you fix that? How do you stop overthinking about what you're doing and just thinking about it and start doing what's actually required to get to your goals? You need to do the same exercise, just invert it a little bit. So on the left side, you still got your goal. How much money do you want to make per month in your business? How much do you currently charge? And how many clients do you need in order to hit your goal? Now, this is a crucial number, because what we're going to do is we're going to reverse engineer what are the actions you need to take in order to get to your goal. So now, once you got these things, what I want you to do is on the right side, just draw a line like this, and below your current actions, you're going to write the actions that are required in order to hit this goal. And how do you know what are the actions that are required? You're probably thinking right now, well, Nemanja, if I knew what are the actions that are required, I would have already done them. I would have already achieved the goal. And that's not true. Because you know what are the actions. If you did 100 times more of these things, do you think you would achieve the goal? 100% you would. It's just that you are too comfortable right now to do these things. Or in other words, deep down, you don't actually want to do these things, meaning you don't actually want to achieve your goal. Because if you truly wanted to achieve this goal, get 4 clients at this price point and make this much money in your business, you would want to do the actions that are required to get there. It's kind of like you setting a goal that you want to run 10 kilometers without getting tired. That's impossible. Like, if you're not willing to get tired, if you don't want to get tired, you're never going to be able to achieve the goal. And it's exactly the same. If you don't want to do these things, you're never going to be able to achieve this. So what I want you to do is, once you have your goal, write down below your current actions, what are the actions that if you did in a month, it would make it unreasonable for you to not achieve this goal. So for example, if you want to make 10K a month and you're charging $2,500, you need 4 clients for that, what would make it unreasonable? What's the number of conversations and how many content units? I would say probably 200 to 300 new convos, new conversations that are actually good, actually qualified, not just spraying and praying, copy-pasting every single message to every single person, that are actually high quality and posting 100 content units in a month. If you did these 2 things, did 200 to 300 new conversations that are qualified and posted 100 content units in a month, do you think it would be unreasonable that you don't get 4 clients? Probably yes. You would get 4 clients if you did these things. And now, once you write down what are the actions that if you did them, it would make it unreasonable to not achieve your goal, the only goal that you have right now is not thinking about your goal and how you're going to do and how you're going to achieve it. The only goal you have is doing these actions. That is the goal you have. And by the way, when I say 200 to 300 new conversations per month, some people will say, oh, that's easy. I heard people talking about 200 to 300 per day, 1,000 messages per day. I'm not talking about that type of messages. The type of message that I'm talking about here is super personalized, high value message that you need to put a lot of your effort and time in in order to send it to each and every person. Not just a random copy-paste message. These are the types of messages that you physically cannot do more than 10 in a day and still manage to do other things, but they actually work. If you want to get more in-depth training on how to create them, I'm going to leave it here. So, the next time that you're sitting down and you're thinking about how to achieve your goal and you're not sure why are you not moving as fast as you want, why are you not getting to your goal right now, you think you deserve it, you're trying your best, just ask yourself, are you doing these actions that you wrote down on this exercise? And if you're not doing them and you're not hitting these numbers, stop thinking why you're not achieving your goal, because you're not doing what is required in order to get to your goal. So this is how you stop overthinking and start doing the things that are required to get you to your goals. By the way, if you want to get a full in-depth 5-step mini course that's here on YouTube completely for free, I'm gonna leave it somewhere around here. And if it's God's will, I'll see you in the next video.